What it is, everybody. Well. I thought that it might have been after the big show on Monday, the 15th, or Tuesday, the 16th, the day after the Erika Kirk meeting. But I tuned in for today's show, and today, it turned out, was the day that shit gets real, at least for Candace Owens and her guest. So I am going to discuss that today and engage with the chat. We can show that on screen. I was just listening to the interview again, so we're just going to discuss what happens next, basically. So on Tuesday, Candace Owens talked about her meeting with Erika Kirk, which her fans were not necessarily happy about. And that particular show, I titled my stream Fake and Gay because many people in the chat and comments were revolting. Although some people said I was inaccurate in saying that her fans turned on her, but based on the comments and chat, assuming they're not federal bots, right? Which she claims they are, but assuming they're not bots and they're to divide, then people were very upset that there was a rapprochement. Is that the right word? A détente. There are lots of French things you could say between her and Erika Kirk after the meeting, and that she took Erika's word on certain things like the phone logs and so forth. So there was a revolt, I believe, and I don't believe it was all bots. I've been there before, so I know from experience what happens next. Now, it's not going to be pretty, I don't think, for her or her guest. That's going to get pretty nasty because I've also had controversial guests on when everybody else was out for me, and I was one of the more popular things happening in my segment of the internet, the truther segment of the internet. So I can talk about it. And we're talking about probably Vegan Mikey in particular for people who remember my show. Many people who will tune into this are people who are fans of Candace Owens. We understand. And don't remember things that happened many years ago here on this channel. But I can comment on it because I've had similar experiences talking about conspiracy theories and pointing out specific people and probably opening myself up to lawsuits, which thank God nobody sued me, but they could have. And they wrote about me in the local papers and stuff like that. The local paper in Portland, that is, for having on Vegan Mikey, who was a guest that was presented to me to talk about child sex trafficking happening out of Voodoo Donuts in Portland, Oregon. Okay. And without concrete evidence, but he seemed credible, and things turned in a bad way for me and for him after I had him on. So she had on this guy, Mitch. Let's see. I was just, okay, here it is. I'll show you. I'll try to tell you just from my memory exactly what happened on the show. He was a boring and rambling guest. People in the chat before he implicated Erika Kirk said they were falling asleep and they wished he would get to the point because he was a rambling and boring guest otherwise. But Candace knew where it was going, and where it went was very satisfactory to the people in the chat, which is that he was at this Air Force base, Fort Huachuca in Arizona, the days before the 8th and the 9th of September, and Charlie Kirk was allegedly assassinated. I'll say now, allegedly assassinated September 10th. And what he says he saw happening at that base implicates Erika Kirk and Brian Harpole, head of security. Am I right on that? In being at this base. And I don't think my title is for this video is a stretch. In that I believe the implication is that they were plotting Charlie Kirk's assassination. I believe that's the implication. People can get mad at me for what's in my title because they didn't say that explicitly. I don't think you could sue anybody over what was said because he said he's not even 100% sure of what he saw. So I'll tell you what happened. I'll try to pay attention to people reacting to it in the chat. He said he was Special Forces. His name is Mitch, but apparently that might be an alias. Candace said he had to change his name. He said he was Special Forces. He said that many years ago, he found some drug tunnels and then was, I guess, kicked out of the military for it, he claims. And his life was kind of ruined after that. Cartels apparently have been after him. That's what he claims. Then he says, I showed you the guy, right? Mitch. Then he says he went to this Air Force base. Apparently he's had a very difficult time, he says, with the government who has been after him, I guess. That's what he claims. Kind of like the government's been after him for no reason, no good reason. He's a victim. Okay. He's a victim of the government as far as Candace Owens and he is concerned. He went to this military base to try to get some files, he said. This is so you don't have to watch it because it's actually very hard to follow what the hell he's talking about. So I'm just trying to tell you so then you don't have to watch the whole thing. Believe me, everything about this guy, whoever he is about to be exposed on the internet. She's starting a give, send, go for him. And everything about him and everything about Candace. She's already had some hit pieces against her, yeah. But yeah, you could say that, Harry. He might think of himself as a targeted individual. Sometimes people who think of themselves as targeted individuals are like paranoid. Sometimes. And like I said, I have some experience with it because I had a guy to talk about sex trafficking who claimed to be the victim of satanic ritual abuse, which I believe is a real thing, who was down on his luck, claimed everybody was out to get him, and we started a fundraiser for him. Okay. And many people know how that ended up. I imagine that's the way this will end up too. So here is a comment. He said he seen Erika and Harpole in the hotel the night before, then Harpole at the base with the congressman from Las Vegas. I listened to it again. He was checked into a hotel, he said, where he saw a woman with crazy blue eyes. He didn't know what Erika Kirk looked like. He saw a girl with striking blue eyes, and his ex-wife or something had blue eyes, which it reminded him of her, apparently. So this is the story. I'll play some of it. So he's in the hotel where he's going to go on the base and try to get some papers to settle his dispute with the government. He sees a woman sitting there with blue eyes, he says. Doesn't know what Erika Kirk looks like. Doesn't know what Brian Harpole looks like. Doesn't know what this senator looks like. He didn't see them and recognize them. Okay, very important. He did not see them and recognize them. He saw them, then saw the news about Charlie Kirk's assassination, and I guess saw them on TV or whatever the equivalent of TV is. And in his mind, he claims he claims they were the same people. But that's very unreliable, extremely unreliable. If you don't know who a person is before you see them, but you think after you saw them, you're relying on your memory and you're like, oh, that's who I saw, that's extremely unreliable, in my opinion. He says 95 to 99% certainty. So that's the story. Mitch says that in the days immediately before Charlie Kirk was assassinated, he saw Erika Kirk, Brian Harpole, and this senator. Let me tell you which senator. Mark Amodei, congressman, Nevada congressman, Mark Amodei. Now, can somebody tell me, is he one of the guys that was connected to TPUSA financing? Because I know there was some powerful congressperson or senator that was implicated in being connected to Turning Point USA funds going to somebody, some kind of Arizona. Is that the same person? You guys can tell me. South Gas Stacker says y'all better go watch for yourself because he's misrepresented a lot already. Well, I'm doing my best. Definitely watch it for yourself. It's very hard to follow. He rambles. It's boring. It's really boring until he gets to the point, which is that the person with blue eyes he thinks was Erika Kirk because he saw someone with a ponytail, saw a picture of Erika Kirk with a ponytail, and said, oh, that was the same person, basically. I have nothing against Candace Owens. I have nothing against Candace Owens. I'm not out to destroy Candace Owens. I'd like to have listeners. I'd like to get lots of super chats. If you want to support the show, go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. Drop me some coffees. Leave me some comments. Buy our wholesale priced t-shirts, $5 and $10 each at truthclothing.io, going out of business t-shirts, if you want to support this show. But I have nothing against Candace Owens. I consider myself like so all it is like I got my audience, most of my 100,000 subscribers, which are going down, doing conspiracy theories, right? And they get mad when you don't do the conspiracy theories they want. And actually people get jealous if you're popular. I was really popular in, relatively, not like this, relatively, when I had Isaac Cappy on, when I had Vegan Mikey on. But this guy has the same kind of story that ended up discrediting this guy, Vegan Mike, who I had on my show, ended up being a drug addict, basically. He claimed the world was against him. He claimed people killed his cat. This guest I had on claimed he needed money. People helped him out. She started to give send go for this guy. For people say he doesn't have a motive, well, yes, it's about to get really ugly for him because everybody's going to be looking into every single detail of his life. Some people say his name is Mitch Snow. Mitch Snow. That's what some people say. I don't know if it's a fake name or a real name. Some people found a website attached to him, some kind of diving website. But it's going to get crazy. That's all. It's going to get really crazy. So he has a motive, I think, and he could be paranoid, basically. That's all. He could be. It might be real. It's the beginning of AmericaFest. I don't know if this was specifically timed to be at the beginning of AmericaFest, but it's the beginning of AmericaFest. And Candace Owens just accused the CEO with her guest, just basically implicated the CEO finally, which is what everybody was waiting for, being involved in her husband's death, basically. Some kind of, that's the implication. They didn't say that explicitly. I don't think they could sue him. He said that's who he thinks he saw. I'll play you a little clip that's on the internet, that's on Twitter. But you'll see next, all of the people that really don't like Candace Owens, think she's destroying the conservative movement or what have you, are about to do a lot of research. A lot of research. They're going to find out every detail about this guy's life, whether his story about being special forces, whether his story about the military, why he's got kicked out of the military, etc. Why he's in debt. They did say he's in debt. He does have a motive for doing this, for seeking attention. He does have a motive for seeking attention. He has a lot of debt, and he thinks he's some kind of targeted individual, I guess, basically. Just like Vegan Mikey thought, which ended up with Vegan Mikey. Basically, in the case of my interview, I don't know if he was wrong, actually, Vegan Mikey, as far as people wanting to go back to that. People bring it up a lot. I don't know if he was wrong about Voodoo Donuts, about what he saw, but he was a drug addict and needed money. So his motive was maybe that he was a drug addict and needed money and wanted attention. So this guy is in debt, claims to be some kind of targeted individual. His life is about to turn into shit, but he may have a motive. He's going to have a big give, send, go. People are back on board 100%. This is what everybody wanted to hear. And why they were so upset on Tuesday that Candace seemed to have the detente with Erika, because they want to think that Erika did it. People, it's like a character drama. It's a drama. It's a soap opera. Erika Kirk is the evil wife or villain in this. That's how it became. It's very obvious. It's very obvious. That's why they were so upset when Candace had a meeting with her and didn't seem to still be accusing Erika Kirk and TPUSA. And that's why people are so happy, even though they say they're literally shaking, that Candace Owens is going back to accusing TPUSA and Erika Kirk of being the plotting the death, basically. That's the implication. Not said explicitly. I'll say that over and over. That's the implication. So anyway, I'll play this little clip from this guy, and and then we'll maybe have a chat. And if people want to call in, they're certainly welcome to. This is an open show. She is accusing everyone of being bots and it being a fed up against her. I have been in the same situation. This is all I'm going to say. I know somebody personally who talks to me every day about Candace Owens, and we have like arguments where I get called names and stuff because I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. There hasn't been anything produced. And I'm a conspiracy analyst. I believe conspiracy theories. But this one, I just haven't, I don't know. Like, there's no theory. There's no theory. Now there is. This is a theory. It can be easily proven or disproven. Erika Kirk might have an alibi. If I were going to do it, if I were going to run this guest, I would have asked Erika, hey, this guy says you were here. Were you there? I would have asked her, even back in the day. I've had fights with all kinds of people. Even back in the day, I would have asked, were you there? This guy says you were at this army base. Were you there? And then if she said she was, I wouldn't have him on, because I'd have to have a lot more evidence. That's basically it. That's how you should do it, I think. Say like, oh, I've talked to this guy who said you and Brian Harpole. So she has the contacts. She knows how to get in touch with Erika Kirk. Ask Erika Kirk, hey, this guy says you're at this army base. Were you? Ask Brian Harpole, hey, this guy says you were at this army base. Were you there? If they say no, then you basically shouldn't have them on. No journalist would at that point until you have proof. And there is no proof. He doesn't have photos. And he's going based on not knowing who they were before he saw them, but knowing who they were after he saw them and saw similar people on TV or video or whatever. So anyway, I'll play you this little clip. And anyway, I accused everyone of being bots. This is what I'm saying. She's saying everybody's a federal agent lined up against her because everybody's harping on the same things or telling her theory on the Egyptian planes is wrong. She's saying, oh, everybody's freaking out about the Egyptian planes. That must mean the Egyptian planes are right. No, that's not what it means. Oh, everybody's attacking me. That must mean I'm over the target. That's not what it means. Okay. I've been there. I made the same accusations. People don't like me anymore. My audience doesn't like me. I'm losing subscribers every day because everybody who subscribed before subscribed I was a conspiracy theorist. I still am. 9/11, moon landing, JFK, some mass shootings. We talked a little bit about this shooting in Australia, which is super sketchy with that guy who was there with the selfie and all that stuff. I just put out a short today about that. I'm not doing it for personal gain. It's because I'm like, and like I have no reason to. And those other people who are attacking her, just like Tim Pool, he's not benefiting from it. I don't think. You guys, like everybody says people are getting paid. I've been there. People accuse me of all kinds of shit. People just don't like her. It's not a federal operation. People don't like her. They don't think she has any proof. It's not, there are haters that tune in to watch her show to see it crash and burn. That's true. There are haters in her chat who are feeding off the Discord. That's true. Bots, federal bots, I accused my whole chat of being bots before. I've done it. I thought the whole world was bots. It's probably not bots. People really don't like Candace Owens. Genuinely. It's not a federal operation. They genuinely think Candace Owens is wrong and she's making people crazy. And they want to put a stop to it. That's not me. We'll see what happens. Erika Kirk will say, probably she'll be forced to say now, oh, I wasn't there. That's probably what's going to happen next. And then, like I said, everybody's going to find out about everything in this guy's life and figure out why he didn't pay his bills, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, I'll get to the chat and the comments. People really like her. Like I said, I know somebody personally, like the only person I know, basically, who met me, who I talk to on a regular basis, way into Candace Owens. Thinks she's the only woman standing up. Like, it took a woman for one thing. So a lot of women follow her. So I know the story. It's like, oh, she's the only woman, only person, and it's a woman. No men have the balls to do it. I've heard it all. Okay. I'm engaged in it daily. And I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not. It's just that I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand. I haven't from the very beginning. Same as everybody else. Same as Alex Jones. Same as Nick Fuentes. Like, I don't think anybody's an agent. Really. I mean, I think people get paid by Israel to shill for Israel. People have Jewish donors. That's 100% a fact. Are people being paid by the government to go after Candace Owens? I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, maybe Liz Wheeler. If I had to pick somebody out who seems like they have an agenda, Liz Wheeler does kind of right now. But she's about the only one. Tim, I don't think, does. He's just a jerk. Tim's just an asshole. But and like, he's letting his emotions get in the way a lot. But he might have some he might have some facts too. I tune into the show. I tune into everybody's show. You know what I mean? Anyway, let me play the thing that is the bombshell. I like engaging with everybody. I lost followers talking about QAnon. There was another thing that happened in the Arizona desert where I thought it was bullshit. People jump on bandwagons. QAnon was the biggest one ever. This is a little bit like QAnon because it doesn't go anywhere. Now it has gone somewhere. Now it's Erika Kirk and TPUSA for sure. It's not Israel anymore. It's not the government exactly. Or maybe it is the government, kind of. Now there's actually a theory, but I don't think it's going to end well. We'll see if it does. Maybe it will. I'll get to your comments. Let me just show you the money shot. Before he said anything, people were like, oh, I'm falling asleep. Like, get to the point, Mitch. That's what people were saying in our chat. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, God, this is boring. But anyway, here's the money shot here.
If you had to put it at a percentage that you saw Brian Harpole, what percentage would you put it at?
95.
95%.
Okay.
95 to 99. I mean, yeah, with that photo, it struck me in my gut. I blew it off until there was, some other pictures that came up with other people.
What other people? Other pictures?
If you want me to say, there's a picture of Erika Kirk with a ponytail, and from her past. That person matches who I saw at Fort Huachuca in the lobby the night before, and she was with that man in the lobby, and that man, he was present at that meeting the next morning.
If you had to put it at a percentage that you saw that the girl in the ponytail matches the description of Erika Kirk, what percentage would you put that at?
Those are really rare eyes.
Really rare eyes.
That's 95 to 99%. I can't imagine somebody else.
So I'm going to allow the internet to hear your testimony, hear what you think. And I also want to show them a picture because we did look through some congressmen and I didn't tell you where they were congressmen from, but there is one that you thought looked familiar. And I am going to show that picture of him now. This is, and Skylar, someone's got to get in my ear because I'm blanking on his name. Mark Amodi. Is that right? Mark Amodi from Las Vegas. And you thought that this could potentially be the congressman that you saw on the 9th?
Oh, yeah. 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 That's
what
the one that walked
percentage?
closest to me.
That's the one that walked closest to you.
That's 95. I'm absolutely, after I've looked at it, that was definitely the guy.
Okay.
There you go. That's the clip. That's the money shot. that they're sharing. So we'll see what happens after this. Okay. Like, what am I going to do? Tax the Rich Forever said I'm a Zionist. I'm literally banned from PayPal by the Jews. Okay. Like I have like this rich Jewish guy that has tried to destroy my life, Gabe Hoffman, because of what I've said about the Jews. So being a Zion, I'm like it's crazy. Stoltman, although I might be Jewish, maybe, except I'm Catholic, but there might be Jewish blood in me because I have some of the characteristics, the IQ and the mental illness that they get from the inbreeding. But, and that's just a joke. They are not inbred. But anyway, so that's what I have to say about it. I'll open it up to the chat. Somebody, people can, we open it up for discussion as always. Nobody calls in, but you may call in, and I'll try not to dox you by showing my screen. You can call 650-GAY-TAXI, the number I've had forever. But I'm just talking because I've been there. I'd always like to be a conspiracy theorist. After Charlie Kirk died, I wanted to believe because it would have been big ratings. And actually I was happy I wasn't on the air because I would have been like, well, I don't know. I did like none of the conspiracy theories really stuck with me. That's all. I can't help it. And then I tell the truth. I tell what I think. And that's really problematic at times. It's lost me lots of viewers before. It's very hard to turn around from being a conspiracy theorist and stuff when you believe something different. But you can tell there's Jimmy Dore is on her side. That's about it. And I like Jimmy Dore too. And nobody's really attacking Jimmy Dore, I noticed. But 650-GAY-TAXI is the number, and we'll look at the chat and I'll just see if I have any comments on it, and then we'll just wrap up. I just wanted to give my commentary on it. It just happened. It's going to get crazy. Like my prediction is just that everything about this guy is going to be exposed. People are going to find out his story is maybe something different than what he said. And they're raising money for him. So it's going to be really insane. Candace's life is about to, and then she's about to sign off for Christmas too, probably. I think she goes on vacation tomorrow. So that's kind of convenient. And AmericaFest starts today. I tuned in for a little of, oh man, I always forget names. I tuned into a little of, Russell Brand today. Okay, good. Phone's open if you want to call in. Let's see. Trent Briggs says Candace is taking a big risk with that guy. Yeah, they're kidding. Okay, hold on one sec. Let me see if I can fix this. There, that's better. Yeah, big risk. Big risk. If she didn't ask Erika and Harpole first, that was really dumb. Because if Erika told her no, then she should not have had him on. If Erika said, no, that's not true, it just said it, then she should not have had him on. That's enough. That would have been enough. I'm guessing she didn't ask her. A lot of people in the chat were like, oh, did she knew this? Like people in the chat and the comments are like, she knew going into her meeting with Erika that what this guy was going to say or what this guy had said to her. So, oh, we're getting a call. Okay, great. I didn't even post the number on the screen. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Nathan, how's it going?
Going good, thanks. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Good to have you back, man.
Yeah, thanks. I'm happy to be back. I had a tough year, so.
Yeah, I saw the meltdown.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I couldn't really watch it, to be honest.
Good for you. Good for you. I wish everybody could have missed it, but we've deleted all the evidence. So yeah, it was on a different channel. Good. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's good to have you back anyways. Cause I don't know. It's just like, it's just not a lot of, I think that your tone is kind of what makes your, your show appealing to me. Obviously, a lot of people aren't into it apparently these days. But no, I'm not saying you shouldn't be, but it's just like, you know, people like the flash bang stuff, and I think you're just kind of a little more.
Yeah, I mean, if I were
Subtle.
just if I were grifting and I was able to just go with something I didn't believe in, I would have gone with all of the conspiracy theories about Charlie Kirk for sure. If I were able to and wanted money and wanted viewers, then the path to take, especially for me, given where my subscribers are, I would have jumped on every conspiracy theory about Charlie Kirk. I watched it on Jimmy Dore. I watched some of Candace Owens, although she's very hard to follow for me. I just wasn't ever interested. I started following her show now because now I have to like see what goes on there. But
that's kind of why I'm calling is because I don't think, like, the thing about the Charlie Kirk thing, the reason it seems like a psyop to me is because it is so confusing the way it was set up and happened, and all the, like, that Zin guy at the shooting with his pants falling down.
Oh yeah,
it's just like so many there's so many red flags that it's a psyop. Not saying he didn't die. I think he did, but it's just like, and that's kind of why I think, and I think Candace in this has like serious, like, skin in the game because she knew Charlie and worked for Turning Point and stuff.
Yep.
So what I kind of think she's definitely made huge mistakes and gotten people in trouble that had nothing to do with anything, you know, I think, because what she's doing, I think, is just she's using her mass influence just to see what sticks at the wall. And I don't think she's doing it for just money or clicks or anything. I think she genuinely wants to figure it out because she's mad and angry, and it looks fishy. And so, and it's not like the most ethical thing to do that she's doing, but she's just throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks.
Yes.
And it's a dangerous game to play, but she started it with, like, got in some dangerous territory with, like, Macron, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
all this
she's
stuff. So,
like, she's going to get sued. I mean, according to what people are saying, we'll see if more lawsuits come out. But that thing where she accused a specific person who worked for a specific company of being a different Israeli assassin, I was like, wow, if that's a real person, what was his name? Something Schmidt, Jonathan Schmidt, I think it was.
yeah.
Who she claimed was somebody else, and she was and said exactly what company he supposedly worked for and stuff. I was like, okay, if that's a real person who really works at that company, she's going to get sued for sure, because she just basically said everybody should be looking out for this particular person. I think it was Jonathan Schmidt, and worked for this particular company. And now, like, it's weird to me that stuff gets brought up and then it gets dropped. It's like, oh, like, she was like, one day, oh, I have proof the military was involved, and then it got dropped. I guess it came back today. I guess the final theory is that it was the military and Erika Kirk who planned it, along with me.
Well, I think that's kind of her strategy, is she's throwing stuff out there, and then she gives it time to incubate, but she moves on to another angle in the next episode. So I think she's just trying, because basically the whole planes thing, it could be, you know, someone that even implanted that idea to throw her off, right? Because she's using the audience to inform her about and put things up for her.
Right. That's the thing.
And that's why, and it's just like, I think she really doesn't even care that there's fallout from the things, because she wants to at least expose the government or Israel, or which I think it probably was both. Personally, I do think it was a government. That's just what I believe. I mean, that definitive proof hasn't come out, but just the way everything was set up. I live in Utah too. And it's just, I don't know. It's like that. Yeah, it's not, I mean, it's not the same kind of woke environment that you'll find. It's there, it exists, obviously, and people are psycho here, just like everywhere. But I don't know, like, it just seems like it's been designed perfectly for people like Tim Pool and people like, whatever that other dude is. I can't remember his name
Nick?
right now. But no, the guy, the Mug Club guy. What's his name?
Oh, Crowder.
Crowder. And just for people who have rightfully condemned the trans and LGBT like agenda because it was psychotic, but they had invested so much time in that over the past 10 years or whatever that it's like the perfect thing to like, oh, come up with this story with this guy who has a furry trans lover. And then it's like, and then of course on cue, Crowder and like, especially Crowder, like starts freaking out and saying that, oh yeah, see, this is what we, and then I've even seen other people like have admitted that they want it to be that guy that killed Charlie Kirk, because then it gives them like sort of that's like, oh, we were right all along. They're this dangerous, kind of.
Right.
It feeds into that propaganda, or well, the truth, not propaganda, but the line that they are that dangerous and they are that psychotic. But
Right.
in this case, I just don't think that kid did it. It's just like I think he was gay, and I think that trans lover guy was probably connected to intelligence some way. And it was kind of a Black Mirror type setup that they maybe did.
Well, one thing for sure is she probably has, like, I was thinking about that. There are probably people follow things they're motivated to follow and believe things they're motivated to believe typically. So and I was thinking about that. And I was thinking that probably a lot of people who follow her are Democrats, because they don't want to think that it was one of them that did it. You know what I mean? So actually probably a lot of the motivation, and that's why maybe people are saying she's like turned her back on conservatives or whatever. It's like there's motivation from Democrats to think that it wasn't one of them, so they're like, oh, or just like a lot of Democrats think that the Butler shooting was fake. A lot of Democrats think that because they're like, oh, nobody really tried to kill Donald Trump. You know what I mean? He just did it for personal effect and stuff. So like she probably has a lot of lefties following her, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Or
well,
people who
the same,
identify as anything.
I actually, right when the Trump thing happened, I think that's a psyop. I don't know. I think that's also was something Trump knew about, and it was a plan. But I bet you, I kind of feel like when it was going down, Trump probably thought, I might actually get shot here. But I don't know, because there's that picture of him when he's down with like blood running, and he's like, there's like this look on his face, and it's just like this look of like relief that like it seems like that thing was set up to be a real assassination, and then I don't know. That's just what I think. I don't know, because it just stunk to me. The whole thing.
Do you think somebody else died? Because supposedly somebody died. It kind of makes me mad. Trump kind of laughs about it now because he knows how good it was. Like Trump knows how good it was for him that he almost got killed. Supposedly.
I think they added just another patsy. I kind of think that he may have gotten shot by like a drone or something, and like that had like some precision tracking that just like. I don't know. I mean, I think we have that technology where they like literally had something.
They could
obviously
pinpoint it and graze him like on purpose.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm just that's either that or he didn't get shot at all.
Right.
I mean,
right.
That's kind of what I think. But
his ear healed very well. That's for sure. It healed very well and very quickly.
Because I think I just think we're in an atmosphere now where it's like the psyops are part of the psyop now. It's just completely confusing everybody to like such a degree, and everything's AI, and they just make these like things just so we do lose complete hope in the system and everything, and we just like throw our hands up. I kind of feel like
well, that's one thing that would be a bad effect from Candace's like meandering investigation and stuff and Nick pointed this out he was on with Alex. I was listening to him a little bit. And he was like, yeah, some of her followers now are like, I don't know what to believe anymore, because Candace wasn't accusing Erika anymore, because after their meeting, she backed off a little bit. And then people are like, oh, they're like, throw my hands up. Like, I don't know what to believe. I'm just going to fucking bury my head and go back to sleep, basically.
I personally don't believe that the Candace meeting. The reason I think that they actually are bots, because I don't think that most of her audience are the like those hardcore conspiracy theorist type people that are like flat Earth, QAnon.
It's more like true crime
yeah.
wine moms.
Yeah,
kind
I
of.
don't think that most of our audience are those people that do that kind of stuff, because
Right.
those are the people that do that are like, they're like, oh, it's like this hipster conspiracy theorist thing where they were like been studying this for like 10, 15 years or whatever. And that those are the ones that think they're so right that they will unfollow or and they can't have their ideas be questioned. But that's not most people. That's just like the fringe kind of like, and those are people that probably don't have channels or don't even make content. They're just followers of ideas, and they get off on the conspiracy slop, you know?
Right, exactly.
But I don't think that's most of our audience, and that's why I think that they are probably our bots or something. That's being, because I mean the money's there to be against like Candace Owens, like in the government or in the Macrons or
TPUSA.
Yes, the French, anyone who there's a million different enemies she has that would have invest in sending bots after her. Or whoever's paid chills or whatever, but it probably is bots. Why would they pay people these days? Because I think most of her audience, especially her new audience, are just people that are just trying to figure out what happened to Charlie Kirk, you know?
Right.
But
right. Well, I mean, maybe there is some of that. I mean, I can see why the government would be angry with her because she is accusing the government of being involved. I can see the motivations from people who have money to try to shut her down. But I think it's mostly, from what I think it is mostly, is like there are a lot of people that don't like her, basically, and are creating, and those people are maybe acting like bots because they are trying to sow division in her chat and stuff. Like I think there are a lot of people who aren't Candace Owens fans who suddenly started tuning in to chime in the chat and like shake things up and pull people away and stuff. But I don't know how much it is bots.
I don't know. I don't think that she's that unlikable. Like, I think Tim Pool is extremely unlikable. For instance, even though
I still listen
like
sometimes, but I still listen sometimes just to see. But he's so arrogant. That's the problem with him. He just thinks he's right about everything.
He like the big thing is he like said how great and fantastic vaccines were for the entire time, even through COVID. But then he suddenly would say, like he would, you knew that he didn't really trust it, but he wouldn't say it because he's kind of he's a liar.
Right.
He basically puts out, because he wants to be accepted by the mainstream establishment as like a serious journalist or whatever, even though obviously he's not, and he can't control his emotions and all that. But yeah, I mean, I think Candace actually, I mean, that is why she's attracted a bunch of liberals, and that she's attracted just like soccer moms and stuff. It's because she just kind of has, she doesn't like fly off the handle and have that like bloviating like hyperbole that some other people. She's just like she's asking questions. A lot of them are probably going nowhere, but I think she's seriously fueled from the Charlie Kirk getting killed. She just doesn't really care anymore, and she's that's just what I see. But I mean, I like her. I do like her, and I think that most of the people that really don't like her are probably woke people from like 10 years, not even that, like 8 years ago when she started coming on the scene, because her criticisms of like BLM and the trans stuff. And I think those people are they're like probably the Democrats that still hate her to this day. But I honestly think I think most people that hate her are establishment people that she's criticizing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I mean. As far as the main audience,
I mean, a lot of people liked. I mean, the people that hate her are people who really liked Charlie and who really liked TPUSA. And
but no one really likes them
Republicans
anymore,
to
though.
win. So.
Because they're Republican toadies or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, because those are the people. Because those are dummies like Tim Pool and Crowder, and everything to them is it's Republicans versus the Democrats,
Yeah,
like
right.
the football game.
Right.
The
Exactly.
football game, and those are dumb people. Honestly, that's most people, but it's pretty dumb because they're obviously both totally corrupt. So
Yeah, I hear you. Well, thanks for the call, man. I'll see if anybody else wants to call in. We'll talk to
all
some.
right, yeah, good talking to you.
Thanks, dude.
Hang in there.
All right,
Peace.
I'll do my best. Thanks. All right, cool. SIXX says Candace has proof, like it or not. What she shows is fact. That's not true. She hasn't shown any proof of anything. We'll see what the Egyptian planes. She hasn't shown any proof. She admitted on Piers Morgan that she doesn't have proof. She doesn't have proof of anything. She has people who give her tips. She doesn't do research. She just gets calls or tips. She gets tips in her email. She doesn't even do any research. She even her t-shirts say, I don't know, no, I know. It's like, oh, it's her feelings. She feels things are weird, etc. She finally had somebody on who said something. So if that checks out, okay, then that's proof. We'll see how it goes. If that checks out, the interview today, then that would be the closest thing to proof she has. She has a person who is willing to appear on her show and say something he saw. Community research. That's like crowdsource the truth. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll find out. But she said she doesn't have proof. She said it herself on Piers Morgan. She said once she has proof, she'll say it. Facts matter. Gaslighting your people is showing them disrespect. Well, we can say that about Candace. I'm not gaslighting anybody. You'd say that about her. Gaslighting. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, people get mad. I have to deal with it, like I said. So people think I have something against her. I don't have anything against her. I'm just saying, like, that's where I'm at. As far as whether the transferee guy did it, I mean, I don't know. What do I gotta say? Fed slop. Slop is the word of the year, by the way. It's all slop nowadays. It's all slop. Whatever you can say, you are on your own. You're your own person. I can understand that. But when people show you're straight up lying, well, it's a different story. You're talking about TPUSA lying. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. She pointed out some things like she definitely had, she did some very good things, just showing that because TPUSA, I guess, was trying to make out that Charlie Kirk hadn't turned on Israel, and she showed proof that he did. That was very valuable. So in the sense that they were maybe trying to cover that up at TPUSA, and they're trying to turn TPUSA back into being the most pro-Zionist it can be. We'll see what Tucker says at AmericaFest. So yes, Kaneko Perfection says she called people bots for being upset and feeling slighted and telling her, and that was her response, so she wouldn't have to acknowledge people's issue with her apparent 180. Well, now she's done a 180 back, though, right? So now people are really happy with her again. Her hardcore followers seem very happy with today's show. Somebody was talking about the numbers, though. The numbers went way down. That's what I was saying was Tuesday was probably going to be her biggest show, and that was going to drift after that. It did start to drift a lot. So I know she still gets a shitload of views. She's still huge. Maybe I'm talking about her because it's the biggest story still, but Six Design says she didn't call people bots. Well, that was the impression some people seemed to get in her chat. They were like, I'm not a bot, Candace. That was the impression some people got, who, as far as I could tell, was that they were being called bots for saying she sold out or that was faking gay. That's what some people seem to think. They were like, I'm not a bot. Stop calling me a bot. I think there's a comment in her video today. That's like, I'm not a bot. Stop calling me a bot. Maybe that's not what she meant, but. All right. So, I'll open the phone up for a second and then I'll watch football, I think. Should be a good game. Show my phone number in case anybody wants to call in and talk so that we're open to everything. Just want to be very open to whoever wants to disagree. It's one thing that's always different about this show is anybody can call in and disagree with me. Let's see. People are saying here, so he saw Erika Kirk at the hotel. This is the truth I've been waiting to hear. This is what everybody has been waiting to hear. So he says, if this is true, Erika, you're so cooked. That's what people say. People are very happy about the U-turn today, especially after being unhappy on Tuesday. Candace didn't just go max. She went ultimate. Erika is done. Erika is done. People really wanted Erika to get called out. So this episode was the clearest checkmate I've ever witnessed. So it's going to get crazy. I'll see what happens on the internet. All right. Anybody else have anything to say? Yes. Erika is a demon. Get rid of her and the rest of TPUSA. Well, I also haven't called Erika names. She's strange. She's very strange. She gives off those like preacher's wife vibes, you know? And she's more pro-Israel, I guess, than Charlie was. But I thought some of the attacks against her were over the top. Like saying that, implying that Charlie didn't want her to be CEO. I thought that was kind of below the belt without proof. She was kind of rude to Erika without proof, saying she shouldn't be a CEO and stuff. Like that episode was pretty dirty, I thought. Pretty cunty. But we'll see what happens. Let's see if there's any updates. We'll know who this Mitch guy is pretty fast. We'll know everything about his life pretty soon. There are lots of sleuths. She has her mommy and daddy sleuths. Well, just watch. Everything about Mitch is about to come out. All right, that's it. I think that's it. I see a lot of the same comments. We don't have any calls. We'll give you a last chance. Oh, I'll check somebody did give me a coffee, I think, this morning. If you want to support this show, I certainly welcome that. Go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. I'm banned from YouTube super chats because I'm so controversial, apparently, because of talking about the vaccine. That's why my channel was deleted for so long. So I'm not afraid to tell the truth about things. Hence why no super chats. Let's see. Refresh. The Branch bought a coffee, said, could you play a nostalgic clip featuring a Cappy or a Nassim song? Yes, I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that, The Branch. I can play Isaac Cappy. Gosh darn. What was his band called? What was Isaac Cappy's band called? Anybody? If somebody can remind me of what his band was called, then I can play a song because there's video of it. I'm remembering the video. I will play us out with that. So thanks, Branch. Appreciate your support. Orient Pilgrim says, why do I trust Fuentes more than Candace? To be honest, he does better research. He's a lot smarter than she is. That's all. I don't agree with him 100% of the time. I don't know what his motivations are 100%, but he's way smarter than than she is. He does really good research. He comes with like when he did his thing about Tucker, it was devastating. I mean, he had all the receipts. So if he does something about Candace, I mean, he reads lots of books. I mean, he's some kind of crazy genius, Nick Fuentes. That's my opinion, but he's very well read. Why do I trust Fuentes more than Candace? Because Isaac Happy Monster Paws. Thank you, Six Designs. Monster Paws. Let's see. Oh, wow. Was it Monster Paws? Oh, here, Isaac Happy. The Present, Isaac Cappy. Oh, that was a song. That was like a post-mortem song, I think. The Present, Isaac Cappy. You want to hear that? Hold on one sec. 2.2 million views on our last 14 videos. Where is this lack of support you people are talking about? It's only the last few videos. Her views have gone down a lot. They were going up right until Tuesday when it peaked. The last two shows, the live viewership was half or less. Today's was less. It was like 130 live, as far as I could see, maybe 135 max. And on Tuesday, after the meeting with Erika Kirk, it peaked at about like 330 live. So it has gone down. Maybe a lot of people tune in for this one, but it's incredibly boring is the only thing. It wasn't an engaging show. It was just what he said at the end. He was like, oh, I saw Erika and stuff, but I don't think people are going to be able to sit through it. I don't think it's going to do very well in the algorithm compared to other stuff. Let's play an Isaac. Okay, good enough. What was the song I really liked from Monster Paws? Maybe I'll put in Monster Paws Isaac Cappy and see if I get better results. There was a song I used to play all the time. Yep, I had Isaac Cappy on. I got criticism for that too. So I know about having on controversial guests. I had him on before Alex Jones. And then Alex Jones gave him a really hard time. I didn't really give him a hard time so much. Charles McMansion. Charles McMansion. That's what I was thinking about, I think. Yes, Charles McMansion. Let's try that instead. I found the video I want to show because I remember it. Charles McMansion and Isaac Cappy. Bring the 80s funk. Okay, let's try that. Charles McMansion. Let's see. Yes, I found it. All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Thanks everybody who supports me. Go buy some t-shirts. We have t-shirts on sale. I'll show them to you. We're going out of business. YouTube isn't, we're not doing as well as we used to do. So we're going out of business with our t-shirts. So buy them while you still can. Here, I'll show them right here. $10 and $5 shirts, really nice, high quality shirts. Everybody always loved them. It's sad actually to be going out of business, but I just can't. It costs me more to have the business and run the shop and have the Shopify subscription and all that stuff than I make. So, and it's expensive ordering shirts. So probably won't be ordering anything else very soon, but get them while you still can. $5 and $10. Question everything. Truth matters. There might be one of these, this propaganda baseball jersey. Get them in your size while we still have them. Buy multiples. If you really want to find what we have in stock in your size, get a cryptocurrency shirt like Bitcoin, Bitcoin Sage, Crypto Future, HODL. And I think we still have some of these women's designs and Question Everything. So check those out. We believe it. Question everything. Sure. Ask questions. We're not going to stop people from asking questions. But when you turn questions into accusations, that's when it gets a little bit troublesome. So anyway, $5 and $10, super nice shirts. Get them while you still can in your size. Truthclothing.io. We have men's and women's, and the men's are kind of like unisex. So, but the women's stuff is really nice too. The shirts were created by a woman, so she knows what you ladies like. And we know you ladies like Candace Owens. All right. I think that's it. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. We'll see what happens next. It's gonna get crazy, I think. So, all right, for now, that's what it is.